Hello. No, having technical difficulties this afternoon, but that's okay. Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Diamond Suite Live. I'm Joy Wansley, your host. It's Sunday, and we are here in the Diamond Suite Live. So as you come in, make sure you share. I have my guests popped up here. It is what it is. I'm so excited to see you all. Hi, Nate. How are you? How are you? Welcome to the Diamond Suite Live, where we believe, and I believe, that all women are diamonds and every diamond has a story. Well, you're in talk more and more about her fabulosity in the spaces that she reigns in, and we'll get to her in just a minute. But I want to make sure that you all come in, make sure you share it out to some friends and family. It is all about your story, and that your story matters. And we as women, we're like fine wine. We get better with time, and we want to make sure that what we've gone through, the experiences that we've gone through, our careers, our family life, anything that we've experienced, it adds richness to who we are. And we just keep getting better and better. And that's why I love sharing stories with women and finding out what makes them tick and why do they shine. And why do they try new things? What gives them that motivation and inspiration? The reason why I started the Diamond Suite Live, it basically just wound down to my mom telling me every time she talks to me on the telephone, look for the diamonds. And one day I finally had to ask her, Mom, I kind of understand what you mean, but what exactly are you saying? Look for the diamonds. And she's like, you'll come across people, places, and things that add value to your life. But when you look at them closely, deliberately, you'll see something that's so extra special about them. And that's what it's all about, getting to know people. And you'll hear about all over the news, all over like different television shows. Everybody has a story, and everybody wants to be authentic in their story. And that's why I created the Diamond Suite, because there are a lot of people that get overlooked, or they don't really step forward and share their story because they think, I don't have a story. What would I talk about? You do have a story. And I want to make sure that, hey, Sheila, how are you? Hello, good evening. As you come in, make sure you do tap on the StreamYard. And if you want your name to pop up on the screen, go to streamyard.com/Facebook, and it'll ask for permission to give your name and to show it up on the screen. So when you have a comment, we know who's sharing and we know who to respond to. So I'm so excited. It seems like it's been forever since we've had this little conversation. And actually, Sandra and Nee, you are actually on here. Yes, I can see you, Nee. Yes, I can see you. Perfect. Nee and Sandra were actually on our last first Sunday of the month, and actually pushed it up a week because we had a special show last week, and we'll talk more about that a little bit later. But we had a Zoom call because, I like to see the names and the faces and get to know the personality behind the friendships. And I'll tell you what, Sandra is full. Is it Sandra or Sandra? I want to make sure I pronounce it correctly.
Either way is I've had it pronounced Sandra and I've had it pronounced Sandra.
Okay.
You choose.
Okay. Well, either way, you are spectacular. Just getting to know you, I really enjoyed our conversations. And Nee, you are fabulous too. And everybody else that comes in, I just look forward to getting to know who you are, what makes you tick. And what I find that in the Diamond Suite, the past guests that I've had have inspired some people to look into what they do for a living. And whether it be a designer, a stylist, or just somebody that she might be a career woman, a mother, the inspiration has been there at full force, and people have become friends. And it's so exciting to see people connect. And today we're going to see Sandra. We're going to get to know her story and who she is, what she's about, and how spectacular, because I know part of her story, but I know that there's so much more there. And I hope that this inspires the other people in the group. And you don't have to be on Facebook. We talk fashion, we talk food, we talk clothing, we talk inspiration. But this is my main thing right here, the Diamond Suite Live, just to get to connect and figure out and hear what people do to shine in their space. So without further ado, I'd like to introduce you to Ms. Sandra Stewart, hailing from Arkansas, right?
Arkansas.
Yay. Welcome.
A Southern girl.
A Southern girl. Oh, well, the first question that we're gonna cover like all the 4 C's of a diamond, but I always add a 5th, because when people look for diamonds, the big thing right now is asking the question, where is it sourced from? Where does it come from? Is it a blood diamond? Is it a man-made diamond? It's about knowing the why. And I call the 5th C the confidence. What gives you that confidence to step out and do what you do, be who you want to be? And Sandra, to me, you're a fashionista, the mostest. And I enjoy seeing what you buy, and I'm like, oh, I can't wait to see how she puts it together. But the first question I have, let's talk about the carat. And the carat is the weight of your experience. Tell us a little bit about what you've done in your career and where you are now.
Well, I started working actually when I was 15 years old. Okay. I lied and said I was 16. I'm of an age where they didn't check like they did now.
Yeah.
And I started working in a drugstore, and I was like, it was okay. And I've applied for one of the department stores here. It's called M.M. Cone, and it was a chain just in Arkansas. So I got hired in the accessories department, and I loved it. And I did that for a while until I went to college.
Mm-hmm.
Now, college is where it picked up. My mother, let me even go back even further. My mother has always and will always be the first true diva that I ever watched walk in and out of a room in my life. My mother was fabulous. She was beautiful. She reminds me a lot of you because she knew how to take things. She had 4 children and she was a single mom, so she knew how to dress us. And we always had new things for Christmas and Easter, but she might not have had enough money for herself. So I watched her take lace off of a suit, put lace onto a suit, do something different to a hat, just like you do. She didn't paint. She did everything. Exactly. She did everything but paint. So she was my first. My second was when I got to college. After having worked in the fashion industry just that short time, I met a young man by the name of Patrick Kelly. And Patrick started designing his.
Let's see if we can get her back on.
Am I back in?
Okay, you're back in. Sorry about that.
Okay, great. I was just talking about my friend Patrick. As a matter of fact, if you'll see this is one of his brooches. I met him, believe it or not, at a club, because he did ball gowns for just to be honest, for drag queens.
Well, I think the audience needs the name. So can you repeat his name?
Patrick Kelly. I know you can't read it, but it's on here. You can Google him. He started in Atlanta, moved to New York for a while, and then he moved to Paris. But he was the most fabulous guy and he drew when he drew his creations, they always had frog eyes. He loved frogs. Frogs was like, I guess, what some people would say his spirit animal, because all of his drawings, all of his sketchings had big eyes. But he did buttons and bows, and like I say, he started doing that, and he progressed till he became the Rave in Paris, got his own house, and he did pass away at a very young age. But he requested from the French government to be buried next to Josephine Baker, and that's where he is.
Oh,
So
wow.
I could go visit my friend there whenever I make it to Europe. That will be one of the things that I want to do. But I didn't really work in the fashion industry, but I always kept up with it. I actually worked for Arkansas Blue Cross Blue Shield, the part of the Blue Cross Blue Shield in health insurance. But I always kept up with fashion. I always looked forward to the big Vogue catalog magazine that would come out in the fall and the spring to see, you've got like 500 ads in there, but the ads tell you everything.
Yeah. The
And then
fashion
I
Bible.
took, yes, I took, exactly. I took things from my mom, what she told me, and things from my friend Patrick. From my mom, I learned how to look at quality and get quality in a garment, and how to how to accessorize appropriately for what you have on.
Mhm.
From my friend Patrick, he told me two things. Number one, make sure that you're comfortable. Because if you're not comfortable, you're going to be like this
Yes.
all day, and everybody around you is going to be uncomfortable. Number two, add something that no one expects. And that's where you remind me of my mom, and you remind me of him in both of those ways. So my husband passed away suddenly, and I started getting back into my fashion and my makeup again. And that's when I had kind of watched you all along, and then we kind of just connected. And so I guess I have a third fashion inspiration now.
Thank you. Thank you.
And
Well, it's fun because when I show things, I'm like, well, Sandra like this. This looks like something Sandra would wear, and lo and behold, you get it. I'm like, yay! Because when you're out and about in these thrift streets, you see things, and it just sometimes it'll just bring that one particular person, or maybe two or three particular people. Get it? I wonder which one is it, and I think that's fun. I think that's
yeah.
it's always
And
interesting to
you
see.
tickle me when you get
Now,
excited when the
are you
person
frozen
that you
again, or are you
picked
just
it
sitting
for.
quite still?
Oh, I was
Oh, she's frozen again. There you go.
I
There you
was
go.
sitting still. Okay. No,
Okay.
I said it tickles me when it's something that I know, and I can always tell when it's something that who you picked it out for from what I've watched other people bid on. And then it tickles me when you get so excited when the person that you actually picked it out for gets it.
Because I'm like, I knew it. I just knew it. I just knew it. So let's talk about the next C. It's the cut, which is basically your character. And I've gotten to know a little bit about you and your character and what made you decide to do what you did and through the inspiration. But tell us a little bit about how your character influenced you to do the career that you chose.
Well, I actually started as a medic in the United States Air Force. And then I went from there working in a hospital. And from a hospital, my mother was a nurse. So I've always been around medicine. And so it's like I did the same thing as my mom. I had a dual life. I was combing the fashion magazines and working in the medical profession.
Yeah.
I don't know how those two mix, but they worked for me.
Your creative
So
side, your business side, yeah.
I was able to not go, too far out, but I was still able to show my individuality in the way that I dressed. And then it just carried over, from there to now. And I mean, I'm a woman of a certain age, and I'm not ashamed to say it. I made a landmark birthday this past April, which I turned 65. But I think it's important. Yes. I mean, they say never tell your age. Oh, I don't care.
Oh, please.
I'm proud to
Yeah.
say that I'm 65 years old. And I want women to understand that just because you are of a certain age doesn't mean you still can't enjoy a fashion trend, but
Yeah.
make it appropriate for yourself.
Exactly.
So I guess when you say character, my character comes from oh, watching my mom do the things she did and never, ever once skip a beat when it came to her facial, with her makeup, her hair. You know, nursing is a busy profession, but she went to work fresh and she came home fresh. And she did her job. And I have a picture of her in a white nurse's uniform with the cap and the white stockings and the white shoes.
Mm-hmm.
And my mother looked very good. If you can take a white nurse's uniform, the old
Make it look
school way,
fabulous.
and make it look fabulous,
Yeah.
that was my start right there.
Mm-hmm.
And how she raised us to be forthright, to be straightforward,
Mm-hmm.
to take care of yourself. Because if you're not taking care of yourself, you're not good for anybody else. And I have a lot of health challenges that you and I have talked about. I'm not afraid. Is that a part of what you would like for me to let people know?
This is your story, and I think that adds a lot to the story.
Well, people, I have multiple sclerosis, but that has not stopped me from wanting to look good.
Mm-hmm.
Even with a walker, baby, I want my walk in the door to still be remembered, and not for the walker.
Wow.
So if that's, I guess, fashion character or character, that's it. It's not been easy. I said earlier, my husband passed away, and it's only been a few months for that, but I'm starting to find myself again, find my fashion voice again, want to get back into doing my makeup. I had just, when they diagnosed me, I was like, ugh, I couldn't grip the brushes because of my hands. Mm-hmm. But now it's better, and I'm ready again. Mm-hmm. I'm in a new chapter, and I'm ready to get back to being fully me, if that makes any sense.
It does. And I remember, sorry to cut you off, but I remember one time when we were chatting and you said that you, how did you phrase it? That you have MS, but it doesn't have you. Is that correct?
Exactly. That's it. That's what they tell me I have, but I refuse to let it have me. And my husband did everything, and now I've been thrown into doing everything for myself. Mm-hmm. But I clean my house. Mm-hmm. I cook my food. Yeah. I'm walking more without my walker. Oh, don't worry. Big Blue is sitting over there. I have Big Blue and I have Sylvester.
Tell us who they are. Tell us who they are.
Big Blue is my walker with the little seat on it, and Sylvester is my other one. Mm-hmm. Between my husband and I gave birth to a wonderful son who graced me and blessed me with 2 grandchildren. He has 3 daughters and a son, so I got blessed with 3 daughters and a son. And between all of these grown folks, everyone is married, so there are 10 grown-ups and 11 grandchildren. So you can imagine now that my son has moved, my birth son has moved back here, my baby, he's doing a lot for me. But now that he's here, it's going to really be an interesting Christmas this year. And I love every minute of it. So I named my apparatuses because the younger babies, can't really understand how could, especially his 2 that have seen me walk without it, it takes away that fear for them, by giving something a name and me making.
She will come back in. We're having technical difficulties, but I believe if everybody can you hear me okay and see me okay? Hey, Joanna, nice to see you. Okay. repeat what you just said because you went off. But before you say one more thing, if you're just joining us, all you have to do is go to StreamYard.com/Facebook to give StreamYard permission to see your name. So we know when you make a comment, we know who it is. And I just want to make sure that, oh, they say I'm frozen now. Sorry about that. It'll come in and come out, but we'll keep plugging away. But if you could just repeat about your story, I mean, your apparatuses, that would be great.
Okay, I was just saying that, can everyone hear me now?
If you can hear both of us and see both of us, can you give us a thumbs up? I know that. Okay. Hi, Nicole. Hey, Ellen.
It's all my sissies. Hi, sissies.
Hi, Joanna. Hi, Face. Okay, they can see us. Make sure you go to StreamYard.com/Facebook. That way we can see who's commenting. But go ahead. The floor is yours.
I was just saying I gave them names because of the grandkids. When, they're seeing you walk without something and then they see you with something, it's like to take away the fear and the edge. I named my walkers and my walking sticks. So I actually have 3. Well, I have 5. My father passed away, so I have 2 of his canes. That is Yaya and Ka. I have a hiking stick that is named Sadie. I have just the regular walker that's named Sylvester, and I have Big Blue, which is the walker with the chair. And I did that because it took away for me. Ooh, this is hard. It took away for me feeling that I had something wrong. And it took away for them the fear that there's really something wrong with my granny and I don't know if she's okay. Mm-hmm. And I am okay. I just sometimes need a little help to walk. So that's why I named them, because it made it easier for me to deal with, and it made it easier for them to handle.
Yeah. I think that a lot of times people don't know how to act around, or they don't know what to say, or if you feel uncomfortable, they feel uncomfortable. I think that is really a neat idea how you handle that, and to make people feel like, go get, I forget the names. What was
I've got Yaya, Ka, Sadie, Sylvester, and Big Blue.
I'm so sorry about this technical difficulty. She'll come back in, but thank you everybody for coming. It's a lot of great. Somebody said beautiful emotions and transparency, and I think it is. And your dads, tell me where your dads came from. Weren't they African?
Yes, they are African masked heads, and one is male and one is female. And they used to tease my dad and say that was his side piece. So I have my dad's side piece, and now I have a side piece of my own. So so I've got my dad's side piece and I've got my own side piece. That just tickled me. That tickled me. I'm like, oh man, yeah, I can see that. And that is so my father. My father had this really different sense of humor. That's a part of it.
That's funny. Nicole says her walker's name is Paul.
And that sounds about right.
You're not the only one that does that. Oh, that's so awesome.
No, she also, and I hope she doesn't mind me saying that, we found out that we both are in the same boat. And it's so funny because there are similarities with people that are diagnosed with MS, but yet everybody is different. And I'm finding more and more women. I only knew of a few of 2 women that, especially women of color, that had it, and that was Lola Falana and Tamia. But when you
Okay.
get in the community, you find that, and they're 40 and above, and it seems like we've had it, because my neurologist said that I probably had it for 15 to 20 years, but I was only diagnosed in 2019.
Wow, that's interesting.
Very.
Huh.
And I had back problems. So, I thought, well, it was all about my back. But when I had surgery and everything got worse, that's when I got prompted to go to a neurologist. And that's when,
Hmm.
like I said, they told me what I have, but I'm not going to let it have me.
Hey, that's it. That is it. You made a comment earlier about how you're starting to feel yourself again, and you want to do more in, with your style and fashion. Grief is a bugger. It
Oh,
can be it can be a bear. I mean, for those of you who know me, my father passed away in February, and for me, it hits me in waves. But I
mhm,
know that what grief is to me, it just means that I really loved. I love hard, and when I love,
mhm.
that's just my expression of how much I love that person. And one day it's good, another day I could be like wrapped up in a blanket. But I force myself now to do more of things to make me happy, things to make me get up and give me a purpose for the day and things like that. When you say, uh, do you want to feel more like you? What are some things that you do fashion wise to really make you feel like, oh, okay, I got my step back, my sparkle back? What do you put on that gives you that lift or energy of I look fabulous today?
Mm. A good pair of jeans. I
Hmm.
cannot wear my heels anymore, which that has been the biggest for me in this, because I cannot do that. A good pair of jeans, some combat boots, a graphic T-shirt, and a Chanel inspired jacket. That's my
Stay
go-to
out
for
of
my
my
happy
closet.
place.
Stay out of my closet.
Am I in your closet? Well, you're in
You're in
mine
my
too. So,
closet.
and
Yeah.
I love that look. And then just the expectation of something odd or different. Like this sweater is actually backwards. Someone suggested that.
I don't know who
And
that would have been.
I could, I have no idea. But that gave me the ability to put my friend's pin on. Since I talked about him,
Yeah.
I firmly believe that whatever a person touches or whatever has a person's name on it gives you a little bit of that essence, especially if it was someone that was close to you. And since I was going to talk about him today, I said, let me put him next to my chest.
Yeah. Putting your cardigan
And
on backwards gives you a blank canvas. It gives you a whole another outfit, big, bold, long necklace. You did a brooch. It just,
mhm, just a pair of little dangles, just some little simple dangles, and that's it. Now, since I can't wear heels,
you can still hear me. There we go. It just depends on the type of fabric, really.
yeah, since I can't do heels, I
Okay.
find
Shelly, she's
fabulous
frozen.
flat.
Let's see what comments we have. Um, a good pair of jeans, combat boots. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, thanks because whatever you wear, if someone has you carry their essence, definitely. And then they repeated a good pair of jeans and combat boots. Some people are afraid of combat boots, and I don't know why. I don't know if they think it's too masculine, but I think it's just edgy, and it just depends. You
Oh,
can get bright pink, you can get colorful ones that just makes the outfit, or just black. Put it with a long
exactly.
shirt or jeans, like you said.
Jeans, I love them. Oh, I'll put them on with a ball gown or a tutu. I have this tutu that I wear over my jeans and my combat boots, with the graphic T-shirt
Hmm.
and a moto jacket. Now, who would expect you to do that? I mean, you've got this tutu going. You've got some really, I mean, the skinniest pair of jeans you could find, some combat boots, a graphic tee, and a moto jacket. It's
I love
all
that.
about what people don't expect. And then they go, wow, I would have never thought, but that looks okay. I get that. You know, I can see it. You can read people's minds. They're going,
Yeah.
well, but it looks okay. So that to me is the joy of fashion, because no
Yes.
matter what, a person can take the same outfit and you put your spin on it.
Uh-huh.
The other person puts their spin on it. Nobody's wrong.
Exactly.
It's a win-win for everyone, because
Exactly.
you put yourself in it and the other person has put their self in it. So that never bothered. Well, 99.9% of the time, the items that I pick, I don't see anywhere else, because I don't dress real Southern. I dress kind of New Yorkish.
Mhm.
And I think that, you know,
For us
because,
people.
yeah, it's like, and then when they see the gray hair, that throws them even further, because they're like, well, did she dye it? But no, it's I don't know, you know. And I love that. That gives you a chuckle. So when I say I'm finding me again, I'm starting to find the joy in living my life alone, but yet not alone, if that makes any sense.
No, it totally makes sense. I mean, I get it. Let me know in the comments if that comment makes sense to you. Um, a friend of yours says, and you pull it off flawlessly.
Oh, my Nikki. Oh. You guys,
So
these are
sweet.
all,
Thank you,
I'm in a
Nikki, for that
makeup
comment.
group.
Thank you for that comment.
Yes, I'm in a makeup group, and these are
Elder
all
G,
my
she said,
sisters.
you have to be comfortable in who you are and in your own uniqueness, which brings me,
Yes.
it brings me to a question. Let me throw this question to you. Does style or fashion have an age limit?
Never. Never.
You would think in mainstream media that it stops
True.
at the 20s or 30s. And it's like, come on now,
Thank
we get
you.
richer and better and have more flavor, and we have more confidence in ourselves. Well, the majority, you know, because
Mhm.
you find that over time you get comfortable with a certain look, or you just reinvent yourself and have
God, I've
no
reinvented
qualms about it.
myself. Right. I have reinvented myself at least 20 times. And now, like you say, that I have the age, I have the wisdom, I have the je ne sais quoi to not care what people think. We still kind of care in our 20s and 30s, you know. We do our little fashion things, but we still kind of care, and we're still kind of a little bit in that I want to look like everybody else, but not quite. I've gotten to
Right.
the point now where I'm so comfortable in my own skin, challenges and all, that I'll put my sweater on backwards and let the buttons go down my back. Or I'll wear a tutu over jeans and rock it and be just as happy and not care, but do it in a way that is still appropriate for a woman of my age.
Yeah. Yeah. And
And
you can feel comfortable when you feel good. You sit a little taller, you stand a little taller, you have a little bit more of a spring in your step, and it's all in your mind. It's like, I really feel
you
good
get a
today.
little you get a little something going like this.
Yeah. Like, I look fabulous. I look cute.
Exactly. You know what?
You walk by a mirror.
And go, ooh, that's good.
I love it. I think that's great. I think that's great. People like size has there is no limit with size. What is it? Size has no style has no size, and style has no age limit. And if we can just get people to think about that, because I find that some people will say, "Oh, I can never wear that," And it might not be an age thing. It just might be they've dressed a certain way for so long that they're in a comfort zone. And I always like to inspire people, not tell people, but inspire people. Just try a little something. Like a big color this season is orange. And some people, oh, I've never worn orange. I'm not, oh no. You don't have to
Joy,
wear
Joy, you're not saying it right. It's orange.
orange. All right, you got to get that in it. Orange.
You got to get that. You got to get that Eartha Kitt purr to it.
I might spit on the camera. So you're exactly right. And it doesn't have to be a head to toe thing. You can do a scarf. It's a scarf doesn't even have to be on your person. It can be tied on as a belt. It can be tied on your handbag. You know, it could be socks. It could be a bracelet or a pair of earrings. A lot of people feel that that's being trendy. It's not being trendy, it's being trend right. And you don't have to, but isn't it fun? In your mind, you're like, well, I'm wearing orange earrings today. What do you think about that? And you feel good. You don't have to dive head first into every trend. I'm not saying you got to try every trend, but just try a little something. Get out of your comfort zone. And a good way to do it is go to a consignment store or a thrift store where you're not investing a lot of money into something that might be on trend, because fashion is circular. If it was popular back in a day, it's popular back now. If you look at the magazines and the internet, you'll see that people are bringing back the 90s and the 2000s and the 70s, and vintage is a big thing right now. If you find something that's vintage, crochet, anything crocheted,
yes,
it's really big right now.
As you said,
that's
the oversized blazer and
yes.
that is a trend that it's not even a trend. That's a fashion staple.
Yeah.
It's a good blazer, whether it's fits or whether it's oversized. It's fun when it's oversized because you can take it and make it so many different things. It can be a dress if it's a longer one and you're shorter. It's just just the unexpected.
Back. Sandra, do we have you?
Yeah, I hope so. Am I here?
Apologize, ladies and gentlemen. The internet is acting really wonkers today, but we are good. She's going to come back and we'll get started. Let me check over in the comments section to see what everybody is saying. Let's see. We have somebody saying just being comfortable in your own . All righty. Woo! Technology. Well,
I know.
Somebody in the comments stated, and it's a friend of yours.
Mm-hmm.
They say, "You're beautiful, Sandra."
My booze. Hi, my loves.
Oh, that is so sweet.
Thank you. Thank you. So are you too. You're handsome and beautiful.
It's all about just being comfortable and just putting yourself out there just a little bit. And if you ever have any questions, you can contact Sandra, on Facebook, and she will give you the honest to goodness truth, or you can, send me a message at Joy W Style, and, we can do a one-on-one, a little chit chat about your wardrobe, or if you have a question. My sister does it all the time. She will call me at the crack of dawn and send me a picture. What goes with this? Does this look good with that? And, it's fun. And I get a cute grin on my face because I think if I can really touch somebody's life and just make them feel good for the day, that's what it's all about. Fashion is supposed to be fun, and it changes constantly, but you have fun with it. So the next C is Cut. I think we talked about Cut, or did we not talk about Cut?
I don't think
Yeah, we did. Cut. What's your character? Clarity.
Okay.
Which is basically your education or your vision for your life. Where did you go to school?
Oh, I graduated from Little Rock Central High, and I have the distinct honor of being born in the year of the tragedy that happened. I call it a tragedy because it's such an ugly spot, but I graduated from there. I went from there to Spelman College in Atlanta, Georgia. That's where I was going to school when I met my friend Patrick. And then I moved to Ohio for a while. I came back here. I went through basic training in the Air Force. I got trained as a medic, so I can actually save people's lives, start IVs. I know how to do all of that. And even though it's been years that, the training, it's still here. Mm-hmm. And then when my son started college, I decided to go back to update myself. So I went and got a BA. I went to Philander Smith. I went to 2 HBCUs. And then I went to Webster and I got my master's in Health Services Administration. My fashion sense is a little street, a little Chanel, and totally me.
That's what makes you extra special, Sandra. It really does make you extra special. Now, can everybody see Sandra? She's frozen on my side and she's back. But I was just saying, Sandra, that's what makes you sharp. That makes you stand out in these streets when you're out and about. I think that's great. What made you go to all the different colleges? Did you ever feel like you were stuck or you had to stay in one, phase of life before you went on to a different school? Or did you feel like, well, I'm going to try something new and I'm going to continue my education?
It was a combination of that. And, when you're a mother, and I was a single mother, you get that child to a certain point. I mean, he was in college. He was on his own from that point on. So it's like, what am I going to do with me? So my education was from the late 70s, early 80s. So that prompted me, since I was in the healthcare field, I said, well, let me update. The other degree I got is in organizational management. That's where I got HBCUs, because they nurture you. And I got a chance to have more one-on-one time. Your professors in bigger colleges, I just don't think I would have got that one-on-one feel. And then I had the opportunity to, especially at Spelman, to meet women from all over the world. My African sisters, my South American sisters, my sisters from North, South, East, and West, Canadian sisters. It was just a beautiful experience. And then, like I say, when he was older, I just wanted to do something like, what can I do to make me a better me? I always want to strive to be a better me, not a better version, a better me. I don't ever want to be a version of anything. I want to be authentically me.
That's awesome. That is fantastic. You're truly a diamond. Truly a diamond.
And you want to know the kicker on this? My birthday is April. It's my birthstone.
Mine too. I'm the first. No jokes, everybody. No jokes.
No, I was, whoa, hold up. I was my mother's April Fool's Day joke that year. She actually went to the hospital with contractions and they were like, no, Miss Patton, not now. So I came out 3 weeks later on the 23rd of April, but I was almost there with you. That I promise you I was.
Oh,
that's too. We have never talked about this. This is crazy.
No, that's That's new. It's like we're twins. Technically. That is fantastic. Yeah, I love that. I don't want to be a version of me. I want to be authentically me. That is fantastic. I I get all choked up about that. Well, we're seeing a lot about your personality, and that's the next C, the color. Your color, diamonds come in all different colors. And that's all about our personality and what makes us do what we do. And you want to make sure that you're happy with what you do.
Right.
And are you frozen? Oh, oh, sorry,
Maybe
ladies
I
and
am.
gentlemen. I like that. A better me. Yeah. Oh, Nicole, you're on the 15th. Nicole's birthday's on the 15th.
Another April. Can you all hear me again?
Yes, yes, yes. And Elder Jenna says, I like that. A better me. That's
Hmm.
that's fantastic. So when you are colorful, it just means that you're never boring. And I guarantee, just from our conversations, I know you're never boring.
No, I am a sunshine yellow diamond. I
I
think
love
that
it.
they're beautiful. It when
Yeah.
you get it when you put it in the sun, it just the prisms and the colors that come from it.
Yeah.
So if I have to choose a color of diamond, sunshine yellow.
Ooh, I like that. I don't know what color I would like. I kind of like the brown diamond for some reason. I mean, it's new and it's just gorgeous, but it's very rich.
Chocolate. Hmm.
Yeah, the chocolate diamond. They're just so
That
rich.
chocolate.
Don't get me wrong. I like the regular diamonds too, but the color.
Oh, I do. Don't, oh, I have those. Don't get it. Don't get. But sunshine. If I'm going to say the inner me is sunshine yellow.
Oh, that's awesome.
Oh, Francine.
A true gem. I think that's awesome.
I just I'm gonna cry and my makeup is gonna look ugly.
All right, so
Thank
we have our
please.
50, and with everything that you've done over the years, over time, and just the way you present yourself, there's a lot of confidence rolled up in that. Where do you get your confidence from? What is your why?
My confidence comes from knowing that I am the only one of me. And I always want people to see who I am. Some people get me, some people don't. But I'm always going to be me.
Yeah.
I've got some rough spots. I've got some cracks. But I'm learning how to fill those cracks with love and with joy from my family and friends. That gives me confidence. When someone has confidence in you, that should give you confidence. And then just knowing who I am. There's never going to be another Sandra Renee me. I'm the only one that's ever going to
She's
have
frozen.
that.
Come on back, please.
Oh no.
Come on back. Oh, we're going to have a repeat.
Okay.
Okay, repeat that last part because you froze, and I was like, "It's at the good part." Don't do this now. So
I was just saying that the confidence comes from the love and support. When people see things in you that you don't see in yourself, and they point them out to you. That's why the ones that told me I'm beautiful, and all the ladies that are commenting, saw something in me that I needed to find again. And they helped me get back to that me that I always was. I was a little, of course, over the past 6 years, it's been my mom, my dad, other family members and friends, and then my husband. that can leave you like, wow, I could be very bitter. I could not choose to smile. And there are some days that I don't smile.
Mm.
But I always want to go out and not, like I say, I'm never going to be a version. I'm always just going to be me. And that people see that and get that and give me that support and love to be me around them gives me confidence to take that everywhere I go.
Yeah. Yeah.
Period.
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 That's good. That's very good. When you know who you are and your confidence, whether it be your friends, your family, your faith, what you've been through, your experiences. And I like the analogy that you gave, a cracked bowl. And what it reminded me of, there is I think it's in the Japanese culture, when
Yes,
a
I know what
vase
you're talking about.
or a bowl cracks, they
Mhm.
piece it back together, not with glue, but they piece it back together with gold.
Yes.
So that when you see a bowl or a vase that's put together with gold, you know that it's been through something, but it hasn't lost its value. It just makes it a little
Exactly.
bit better by what holds it together. And whether we've been through grief, whether we've been, um, whatever hard times, we all have our ups and downs, but it's how we come through it and how we press through it. Whether you believe in prayer, whether you believe in therapy, there's where there's a
Mhm.
will, there's a way to get through it. But the thing is that you press through it, like Nee was saying, you press through and keep moving forward and putting one foot in front of the other and taking it one day at a time. And that's what I'm learning. Just take
Exactly.
one day at a time. If you
At a
focus too much on
time.
the past or the future, you're negating the present. And what are you learning?
As my friends would say, you only have right now. If I
Yes,
learned nothing else, it's something we always know. But
yes.
by my husband making his transition at the age of 66, right beside me in a car and saving my life, taught me whatever happened has happened.
Mhm.
I've only
Yeah.
got right now. And my two friends that said I was beautiful, they're the ones that are helping me to become more of me by learning to just push all that. Like I told you, sometimes I just sit here and I just talk. And I'm talking to my husband, the good things, the bad things.
Mhm.
What I do is I just push it out. And
Yeah.
I do have faith. I know that there is a part of, oh, it's hard to explain. You carry a part of everyone that you truly love with you at all times.
Mhm. Yeah.
And that's where you learn to get your strength when they're not there, because we are creatures that we love sensory. You got to pull it from here now. But that's the best sense that it is, because when you pull it from your spirit and your soul, it's pure.
It is. Yeah. Yeah. I love the fact that you said it's pure.
It's pure.
Yeah.
And that's what has gotten me through. And that's what has helped me start being me. Because I can connect to them in ways that I never was able to connect to my mom and my dad, my husband, all of those who go where spirits and souls go that we can't
Mhm.
see.
Yeah.
And nobody can take that away from you,
Got that right.
because it's all here. And this is the best part of us anyway. This is just what you see.
Mhm. Yeah. That's beautiful. We have so many people in us, whether
We
they're
do.
loved ones or people that inspire us. it just makes you who you are. And I feel that when we get a certain age, it's like you're, like I said, a fine wine. You're just rich and seasoned and just beautiful, like a fine diamond, and multifaceted. There's so many different levels of you. And what makes a diamond? Fire and pressure, but it's everything that we've been through. And there's so much more for us to accomplish and do. It doesn't stop just because of one thing happening. It's just we're different seasons. We go through different seasons.
Yeah.
Valerie, she says, yes, you are. You're a diamond. Yes, you are.
Yes, cousin. Thank you. That's my cousin.
Now, we have a few minutes left. We have about 3 minutes. I wanted to see if anybody in the audience had a question for Sandra or myself. You guys have been, ladies and gentlemen, have been fantastic. I really appreciate you giving so many positive.
I know. Thank you, guys, for your support, for your
if
love.
you have any questions, please let us know. If not, I want to make sure that you do join the Diamond Suite and check us out. Become a part of the Diamonds. We're each a gem, and you have a story. I would love to have somebody here that's in the group now in the audience to come and be a guest on the show. And if you'd like to share your story and be a part of this wonderful group of women, please do so. Just go to, you can either go to the Diamond Suite group directly or go to Joy W Style. There is a button for the group, and it'll take you directly into the group. Please answer all of the questions, because that will allow you to be a member. If you do not answer any of the questions, you do not become a part of the group. So just wanted to let you know. It's a filtering process. We just don't want anybody all up in here. Let's see. We have a question here. What advice would you give a recent widow who is needing to get up and out again?
Just do it. Just do it. What's holding you back?
Mm-hmm.
Just decide that this is why I grabbed this pillow. Be like a butterfly. Come out of your cocoon. Just do it. That's what I've had to do. And I'm doing it with walkers and canes. Just get up and go. Whatever is your passion, follow it. You may be in a totally different, like I said, how do you mix healthcare and fashion? But I did.
Mm-hmm.
And this is where I'm at. So just do it. Just pick something. Maybe you like going to plays. The next time there's a play in your area, go to the play. Learn that it's okay to be in a restaurant by yourself.
Yeah.
Even before I was a widow, when I was a single person, it never bothered me to sit and eat in a restaurant by myself. What will your next goal to get back into my makeup and to start doing more makeup lives? And I want to duet with either TikTok, Facebook, and or both with my granddaughter who is into makeup, and do it for my age as she uses the same makeup, and do it for her age. So that's my next thing that I want to do.
Wow. Makeup, you can never go wrong with that. It's just fun.
It's fun.
Yeah. And I think that would be really great for people to see. There. A lot of people think you just learn from the people in the same generation, but you don't. You learn wherever you put your mind. You really do.
And that I think that people will get a kick out of watching us take the same thing and see her. She's 16, so she's able now to wear makeup. I've had some makeup, some eyeshadow palettes that I gave her, and she could only do them in the house, but her skills are pretty good. Now I got to get my skills back up because it's been a while since I've had a brush. And now that I can feel them again, that's, like I say, that's my next thing.
You know, the one thing that I learned within the past, gosh, maybe 6 or 7 years to never go without, and I have to get some more, is the setting spray.
Yes.
That makes such a difference.
It
When-
makes,
Yeah. Once
such,
you, well,
because-
moisturizer is great, but once you set that makeup and you want it to stay like all day, if you're going, setting spray, and I think it was the MAC or the Diamond Dust or
Mhm.
the
Morphe has a good one.
Yeah.
Anastasia Beverly Hills has a good one. Playing in Makeup by Yolando is a Black independent company. She has really exceptional palettes, and she has very good. She has setting sprays. She has pretty much everything. Her products are good. I have used her products. Her setting spray is good. Her palettes are beautiful. They're rich. They're pigmented.
Does she have a website, or how do you get?
Yes,
the
she
product?
does.
Okay.
It's called Pemby, Playing in Makeup by Yolando. A lot of the people that are in here already know about her. Yeah, because she's one of the people that we would watch. There are other makeup artists, but she does have her own company, and her products, I buy hers a lot. They're well priced, and they're exceptionally well made.
Wow,
Especially
check
her eyeshadow palettes are fabulous.
I'll definitely check that out. I think the next time you come on, you're going to have to do like a makeup demonstration.
Ah,
Maybe bring
geez, I knew that was coming. Okay, I'll be ready. I'll
And
get
bring
my
your
brushes
granddaughter.
out and be ready.
And bring your granddaughter. Let's see. Somebody else had a comment. I have 3 of her palettes. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And somebody
They're
that is
wonderful.
in the comments, can you put the name again in the comment section, and I will post it so people can see. And I'm always all about trying on new makeup or different palettes and finding something that works great for me. I've always had difficulties with like concealers and foundations, finding something that doesn't look chalky, liquid versus powder, and just finding that perfect one that, you always have to have 2 foundations, and we'll end after
Right.
this.
Yeah.
Have 2 foundations, one for summer, one for winter.
And one
Just
for winter,
that-
exactly.
Finding that right
Well,
tone. And there's some people who just use the same one,
Today I have on, it's actually a powder foundation by another Dr. J. Slays. She's another DJS Cosmetics. She's another indie company. I prefer indie companies now. I like what yep, that's it right there.
Okay, there's the link if people want
That's it.
to that, and then Playing in Makeup with Yolando. I like that name. That's really cool. Yolando.
Yeah, she is, like I say, there are others, but I stick with her because she just has a good heart, and she's a good soul. And just not saying anything else, she has been there, like a lot of these other ladies and gentlemen that are in here outside of my family have been there for me at times when I needed them. And that gives me, I support.
It's that relationship that really makes a difference.
Exactly.
And like you said, representation matters, just like our stories matter. Well, I want to say that you inspire me, and just getting to know you more and more, I just enjoy. I mean, all these different gems that you dropped today, I was like, oh, that's good. I'm going to be watching the replay and writing things down. That's good too. That's good. I'm like, is she me? Or that, he says the things that I like. So you inspire me, and I just want to say thank you. And it's been a joy to get to know you. And is it Sienna? I like the way that's spelled. That is so pretty. She said, "Love you, love you,
love you too." I love all of you all. I love you too, Joy. Thank you.
Oh, Thank you.
so much.
Thank you for being a guest and really shining on screen and just sharing your story, because I think it's fabulous. I think you're fabulous. And I look forward to seeing some of your outfits. You got to send me some pictures so I can post them in the Diamond Suite.
I know. I tell you what, the next time my cousin comes over here, I'm going to play dress up and I'll send you some pictures.
Like do a little photo shoot and say, hey, this is
Exactly. I'll do a little something with the face and I'll do a shoot, okay?
Yay, thank you. Thank you. Well, ladies and gentlemen, this is going to be the end of our Diamond Suite Live. Join us next month. It is usually the first Sunday of the month. And if you follow me at Joy W Style, you'll see the promo piece to announce when it will be. And follow us because we show and share different style inspiration and just little tidbits of what's going on in the fashion industry or entertainment industry that influences the fashion industry. And as always, you are a diamond. Let your fire shine, your brilliance be the story that just shines in your space and place. Thank you so much. And we look forward to seeing you next month. Have a wonderful week and take care. Bye for now. And Sandra, if you just stay on, we'll have a little chit chat. All right.
Okay,
Have a great
darling.
week, everyone. Thank you for coming. Bye.